Hey everyone, this is my opinion, and today we're going to be doing yet another tier list. This time we're going to be predicting potential crimes committed by our U.S. senators based on their official portraits. And just a couple of things to get out of the way before we start the listing. Each and every one of these guys, they've committed a crime of some kind. I'm sure of it, or at least they are perfectly capable of committing any variety of these crimes. But we're going to be predicting what crime they are most likely to commit, which one matches the smugness in their portraits the best. And just one last note before we get started. This tier right here, Innocent Babyface, this is reserved for one person and one person only. And I think the answer is going to surprise you. All right, our first senator, and we're starting off strong. We're starting with Chuck Schumer, Democrat from New York and Senate Majority Leader. I've seen this guy take the stand multiple times preaching about how much money we need to throw at our problems just to make them all go away. Don't get me wrong, a lot of them do this, but I don't think this guy, I don't think anybody else does it with as much fervor and heartfeltness as this guy does. And because of that, I think I'm gonna comfortably put this guy right here and stealing your money. Where do you think that money's coming from, folks? Oh, he's taking it out of your pockets, that's for sure. All right, our next senator is Democrat Joe Manchin from West Virginia. I should say outgoing. I've seen Jim Justice, I've seen what Manchin is up against, and I don't think he's pulling it off this November. Anyways, just like Schumer, this guy talks a lot about money. Not so much about how he's going to take it from you and waste it on a bunch of dead end projects, but money is on the man's mind 100% of the time. And for that, I have no choice but to put him in stealing your money. There's a lot of hubbub about him jumping back and forth between, the environmentalists and being a strong proponent for coal because of his state. If I had an eco terrorist list or tier, maybe I'd put him in there, but I don't have an eco terrorist tier. All right, we all know the joke. He's a turtle, but you got to get more creative than that. What kind of turtle? I'm thinking Cecil the Turtle from the Looney Tunes, except I don't think he's going to be outsmarting any rabbits. Mitch McConnell, Republican, Senate Minority Leader from Kentucky. This guy's kind of all over the charts. I think he could fit into just about any category except for the innocent thing, pretty equally. Let me look at a tier list here just to see where I could place him best. I'm gonna say I'm gonna also put him in stealing our money, actually. This guy loves to talk up the big money game. He is pretty dang close to Schumer. Schumer is the majority leader right now, so I'm gonna give him the edge on this, but McConnell, he comes pretty dang close. All right, our next senator is Republican Chuck Grassley from Iowa. Did you know this guy is 90 years old? Yeah, he's older than our current president, who we also make fun of for his elderliness. What do you call that? Senile. He's also older than Trump, the guy running against Biden. Now, the question is this guy old enough to be able to even commit a crime? Of course he is. Let's see what crime. Yeah, espionage. I believe he could be. I believe he has the potential to commit espionage. Sell you out for a couple of whatever domestic products Iowa makes. All right, next senator, we've got the very popular Bernie Sanders, the Democrat from Vermont. Now, yes, I know he is an independent, but if you're an independent who's caucusing with Democrats and voting with them 95% of the time, I think you're a Democrat. But where do we put him? What crime is he being tried for? Well, let me tell you this first. I think it's a shameful act to make fun of this man and lie about him owning 5 homes. Instead, he only owns 3 very expensive homes. Where did he get that money? You know exactly where he got that money. He got it from you. The difference is between him and these 3. He did it privately. He did it on the low key. These guys were out here broadcasting the money they were stealing from your pockets. Next senator, Democrat Elizabeth Warren from Massachusetts. Yet again, a big money talker. I have nothing to say about her. I honestly don't know anything about this woman except that she talks a big money game and she steals it from you, just like all the rest of them. Boom. Um, does she belong above Manchin? That's probably the more difficult. decision to make here. Yeah, I think she's above Manchin right now. All right, Marco Rubio, Florida man, Republican from Florida. This guy, I don't think I'm actually going to put him in the stealing your money category. He probably would, but that category is getting filled up and everything else is getting a little neglected. This guy, he's a little bit of a loudmouth. He's a bit of a rabble rouser, and I think because of that, we're gonna put him leaning towards sedition. I could see this guy riling up people in Florida against Washington D.C. Heck, I would get riled up against Washington D.C., and this would be the politician to do it. Oh, Florida double hitter. We got Republican Rick Scott. We all hear the jokes about him looking like a malnourished skeleton person. I personally don't find them funny because I think it's low hanging fruit and you sound a lot like Donald Trump when you say it. Anyways, what crime would he commit potentially? I'm going to assume, because of what I've heard about his very public insider investing business, that he'd probably go in the stealing your money category. Right? Yeah, right here, middle of the pack. No, actually, no. Yes, because I don't know what he'd be doing with that money. These people are meeting political dead ends. These guys are funding boats and homes. This guy, I don't know what he's doing with my money yet. All right, moving out of Florida, we are in Minnesota with Democrat Amy Klobuchar? I don't care enough to look. Anyways, I know this woman is an extremely violent woman. She has neglected, abused, verbally and physically, her staff. She has shouted probably some very terrible things at them, maybe a couple of slurs, probably threw a few books and binders and bricks at them. Her hot-headedness, her rashness. I'm gonna say that she is probably our very first war crimes. Yeah, I could see this person launching an all out war because they made fun of her hair. All right, Democrat Jon Tester from Montana. Oh, let's see. What can we say about him? Fake farmer. I don't think he has one of his thumbs. And pretty big dude. Besides that, I'd say if we had to put him up to a crime, he would most likely fall in the stealing your money category. I'm going to put him at the very end. I don't know how much of his money, your money, he's probably stealing. But I do know that he likes to kind of say he's all about the more non green energy use of the Montana farmer and then turns right back around on the voting floor and says, no, I'm going to put up those giant pinwheels in every square inch of land that I can. Screw you, gasoline users. Yeah, he's taking your money. I don't know what he's doing with it, and I don't think it's a lot. Off to Missouri, we got Josh Hawley, Republican, and I imagine for as long as he wants to stay in the political game, he will continue to be that senator for the next 30, 40, 50 years, probably until he gets to Chuck Grassley's age. Anyways, his crime, I could just see it in his face. This dude's a rat. I'm gonna put him right there in espionage. He's selling you out. I don't know what for, and I'm putting him above Grassley. Because I'd imagine Hawley's just a little bit sharper than 90 years over here. Yeah, he's selling you out. Don't know what for, but I know he is. He's probably selling you out to China. Going up to Maine, we got Susan Collins, Republican for now, from Maine. Infamous fence sitter, really doesn't like to have her own political thoughts. Let's see. We're gonna put her. You're right. We're just gonna put her. She's a boring person. Boring people go in the stealing your money section. She probably doesn't have the intel experience to do espionage. She isn't a rabble rouser. She doesn't have that big of a mouth. And much as I'd love to put her in the war crimes section for whatever reason, she is now going in the war crimes section. She seems very pacifist, unless she has voted to supply arms to people. Then, I don't know, maybe she would like to see a little bit of mayhem. Ralph Warnock, Democrat from Georgia. He is best known for his infamous face off with Herschel Walker. Yeah, trust me, if Herschel Walker had won that race, he would be on this list right now. Focusing on Ralph Warnock, no, though, he, again, just a very boring guy. I can't really imagine many offenses this guy would commit against his fellow American citizens. And for that reason, boring Ralph Warnick goes in boring stealing your money. There we go. Bob Mendez, Democrat, New Jersey. This one's easy. This guy's going in espionage. He does steal money, probably from you, but he also is happy to take money from foreign adversaries. Yeah, who knows what information he gave them. So right here in espionage he goes. And in fact, since this guy was actually found out, he's going right at the top of espionage. Yeah, there he goes. He's right at home. Ohio Republican J.D. Vance, freshman senator, author of the Hillbilly Elegy, which I came to find out was not an alternative title of Deliverance. It is a book about him growing up poor and then finding money at some point in time. And where did he find that money? I don't think he's actually going to go in stealing your money. I think he's going to go in sedition. I think that he has a particular ability to influence people and potentially rise them up against a foreign government, or not a foreign government, I'm sorry, a very hostile, authoritative government. I think he has that ability. I think he has his way with words, and I think he has the sort of charisma to pull that off. Also, very, very somber, very humble kind of portrait right here. I tend to like these portraits actually. I understand it's all for looks and an act, but I don't know. I prefer people not to smile when they're in a seat of power. I don't want them to be happy about it. Zodiac Man, Ted Cruz, Republican from Texas. First, let me comment on this portrait. Again, just like JD. Very, very forceful, very sober, somber. Both of those, actually. Let's see where we're going to put him. Yeah, right here. War crimes. I hear this guy talking all the time about carpet bombing the crap out of places. Middle East, Cuba, Antarctica. I've heard this guy called a lot of things. I'm not going to repeat any of them here. John Fetterman, Democrat from Pennsylvania. Let's see. If dressing were a crime, you wouldn't know by this portrait, but you would 98% of the time elsewhere, anytime a picture is taken of this guy. Actually, he kind of dresses like a rural Pennsylvanian. I don't know what I'm talking about. Let's get right into the crime. Again, just like all of them, he probably does, but it doesn't strike me immediately as stealing your money. Also doesn't strike me as a guy talking about espionage. I think he's too against China and other foreign adversaries to really sell us out. I'm gonna put him in. Oh, let's see. I don't think he belongs in war crimes. And listen, he's not going in an innocent baby face. Definitely not with this face. Sedition. He's a troublemaker. He's one of those keyboard social media warrior types where he likes to bring out his words. He does that in person too. Actually, I've seen him on the Senate floor. I've seen him in interviews and debates. Yeah, he's definitely got away with words. Not in the sophisticated sense necessarily, more like the just shouting a bunch of unintelligible garbage at people, but they understand just enough to go protesting. All right, in Arizona, we got Democrat Kristen Sinema. Remember my rule: independents who caucus with Democrats be Democrats. All right, let's see. Crimes. Let's see. She is a loudmouth. She could also potentially be violent. She strikes me as a violent war crimey type. Not in the espionage section. I think, though. Yeah, you know what? Yeah. I'm going to put her in sedition. Something just tells me she can really, really influence the people, really bend them to her will, have them do absolutely anything she wants to, such as, I don't know, like attacking her political opponents or something like that. South Carolina Republican Lindsey Graham. Nah, I'm just messing around. He's going to war crimes. And in fact, I think he's going to go in the top war crimes. I'm also going to put Ted Cruz above Amy what's her last name? Kelsey Lindsey Graham. I was about to call him Kelsey Grammer. Lindsey Graham, dude is like, he lusts for blood. He is bloodthirsty. The man wants to destroy every single country, probably the United States too, but I think he just wants to save that one for last. Top of the war crimes, nothing's topping this guy. At least, oops. At least nobody on this list is topping him. All right, guys, we are at the final 5 senators to rank. Thank God, too, because I'm tired, I'm a little angry, and I lose 10 brain cells for every section I have to re record. And I have been re recording a lot tonight. Mitt Romney, Republican from Utah. I think their state flag has a beehive on it, but that is besides the point. Mitt Romney, I don't know where I'd put him. It's one of two places. I'd either put him in stealing your money or war crimes, and I think, oh, I already did put him in there. Okay, he's going to be in stealing your money. He's going to be just above Jon Tester. I don't know what he's doing with your money either. He's taking it. He's running off with it. Probably going to do Utah citizen things with it. Senator John Hickenlooper from Colorado. I'm going to be honest, I don't know anything about this guy other than that he's a Democrat from Colorado. You probably don't know anything about him either, unless he's your senator, and even then, you probably don't know. I just wanted to pick this guy up because his last name sounds amazing. He sounds like he could be the last named president in the next Escape From movie with Kurt Russell. Yeah, President Hickenlooper. Let's see. Boring man. All things aside, very boring looking man. I know jack about this guy. I don't know jack about this guy. Very bottom of stealing your money. Yeah, he's just stealing your money, but like in a kind of petty thief, bank robber kind of guy where he's gonna get it found out quickly, and everybody's just gonna shrug, be like, happens a million times a day. Next senator is Sherrod Brown, Democrat from Ohio. And in today's political climates, it's going to be amazing if he manages to hold his seat in November. Or maybe it won't be. He is a very well-loved guy. That's just because they don't know what he's capable of. Oh, let's see. Stealing your money. Probably just below Mitt Romney, though. Yeah, this section's getting a lot of love. And it's really depressing to see that. Honest to God, I think I'd rather just have a bunch of people screaming at the top of their lungs about how you should get up and storm the Capitol or go out and block the roadways or something. I'd rather that than these people like just up and jacking my money. Look at this guy. Look at this portrait. It's hilarious. We got Republican John Kennedy from Louisiana. No, not that John Kennedy, the alive one. This guy's hilarious. I've heard him talk multiple times on the Senate floor during is it testifying committees and stuff like that. Very, very silvery tongued, very smooth talking, makes everybody laugh. But you and I can see through that southern drawl, that southern Louisiana speak. He's going right at the top of sedition. I just know at any moment this guy wants to, he's going to turn on that southern charm and he's going to turn the entire state of Louisiana up against Washington, D.C. Heck, if he was in a room with me for 2 minutes, he'd get me marching up those steps. All right, finally, Lisa Murkowski, Republican from Alaska. You want to know what my favorite picture of Lisa Murkowski is? The one of her getting bullied by Dianne Feinstein. Overall, boring woman. Just like her friend Susan Collins, she is a fence sitter. Let's see. Boring. Where do we put boring? We put boring in stealing your money. And also probably just above Hickenlooper, because I think Murkowski's a little better known than Hickenlooper. Let's see. I think. Are there any last minute edits I need to do here before I finalize my list? Yes. I'm going to put Marco Rubio at the bottom of sedition. Out of all of these people, I think he has the least persuasive power. War crimes make sense to me. Espionage makes sense to me. Stealing your money makes sense to me. Wait a minute. There's that down in the corner. No. No. Oh my goodness. How could we forget? How could we forget? He's not even a senator, but how could we forget? Oh, you know it. You know. You know. Don't worry about the picture. Don't worry about the background. You know this man is innocent. Good God, he's going to be a president again, isn't he?